All right, welcome to a Degenerate's Guide to Week 0 College Football 2026.
Finally here.
We are betting on football, guys.
Finally.
Our Degenerate's Guides are a guide to anybody who's at home as degenerate as we are, which is gambling on the things worth gambling on.
Like Week 0.
Yeah, I guess that's not even really worth gambling on, but we're going to do it. We've been putting them out sporadically, MMA events mainly right now. We've done a couple golf things. We started with March Madness, our very first shows, we fucking killed those. We've been killing our MMA as well. A lot of winners. We plan to do the same thing here with Week 0 of college football. We're so excited to bet on college football.
We really are.
And like I said, we've been betting on MMA. We've been betting on all sorts of stuff. One thing you don't want to bet on, we've got our first ever sponsor here at Shotgun Sports.
That's what I'm talking about.
And one thing you never want to bet on is the insulation in your home, right? That's why this episode and a lot of future episodes are going to be sponsored by All American Energy. Especially during the hot months here. We're in Florida. The hot months are hot. If your home doesn't have enough insulation, your air conditioner's working too hard. So preserve the life of your AC and protect your wallet from greedy power companies with All American Energy, who's presenting this episode here of Degenerate's Guide. They're residential and commercial, allamericanenergygroup.com. Get them at allamericanenergygroup.com. Thank you to them. They're actually not our first sponsor, the first one we're going to say on a show, but we had a lovely app reach out to us first that you guys will be hearing about soon. We can't give you any more information at this point. But, again, don't bet on your insulation. Bet on Week 0, and that's what we're here to do today. I am one of your hosts, Buckshot. This is Tommy Unders, as always.
Let's do it.
He's with me on every fantasy episode. So far, I think 90% of these Degenerates guides. Tommy Unders, he's an all-around, what do they call it? A jack of all trades, just like your boy Buckshot here.
Why not?
We can do it all. What we do is football, really. Let's be real.
I mean, that's what we're excited about. That's where we make our money. That's the fun one.
College football 2026, week 0.
Now that football season is here, weekly, look for us.
Yes.
College, NFL, and MMA weekend picks.
Absolutely.
You guys can see them on our YouTube, Twitter, all the socials. Yep. So, once again, thanks to All American Energy, we are going to get into Week 0. And we are going to give you guys our favorite picks and break down why they are our favorite picks. We are so excited to be talking football again. We're fucking back, Tommy.
I can't wait. It's so awesome.
All right, let's get into it. How do we want to do this here? So, I'm going to be real. My favorite pick of the night, the line changed before we started recording right now.
I still like it. I think we go with that first.
All right.
We agree on it separately when we came together with them.
Which is always my favorite. Yeah. I'll give you guys a secret. You guys watch these shows and you guys see me and Tommy go head-to-head. Don't bet that, probably. That's a tough thing. Yeah. If you see us agree, hammer it.
And just so you know, that's what we're putting our money on, too.
And we never speak together, by the way. The first time we find out who we like is here. We don't do the research together. We don't. Nope. So, with that being said, somebody we agreed on without talking to each other is TCU. We liked it at -7.5. We still like it at -9.5.
I do. I think TCU is going to roll this. Belichick, he's just not a college coach.
Not yet.
North Carolina just not living up to the hype whatsoever. TCU looking good last year. Strong offense. I believe it's in TCU.
Yep.
I think they roll with them. I don't think it's going to be that close.
You said it. Bill Belichick's tenure at North Carolina and just North Carolina as a program in general at football right now is an absolute dumpster fire. TCU beat them by 2 touchdowns last year, and that was in North Carolina. Now, since then, North Carolina's had a better recruiting class, but TCU's had a way better transfer class. And then TCU kept a lot more starters. So, with that being said, they beat them by I said they beat them by 14 last year in UNC. They beat them by 34 last year in UNC. So, with all the things we just said, they have more returning starters. They beat them by 34 a year ago in Chapel Hill. welcome to Texas Christian. Texas Christian by 7.5, easy.
Yeah, and I'll take that 9.5.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yep, you're right. I'm sorry. I have written 7.5. But
yeah, they're 100%.
They beat them by 34 in Chapel Hill. They're beating them by 20.
They're 10 points better than still.
Yeah.
100%.
So that's our favorite pick. We agree on it. There's no argument at it.
Nope.
The next couple games, we have picks on the games together, but they are not in agreement. They're not against each other either, so it's going to get interesting.
Yeah.
With that being said, TCU, hammer it. That's what we're hammering. That's our pick. TCU minus, if it changes by the time you vote, get the chance to bet on it, minus 10.5, fucking do it.
Sure, why not? I mean,
I think it's a 20, 30-point thing.
I mean, it's gone up 2 points. So obviously, a lot of people are on our side because it's gone up 2 points in the last
2 days.
When we looked at it, it was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So it's gone up 2 points in that amount of time, which means people are hammering that line.
A lot of these seems to be going that way.
With good reason.
So speaking of, these lines are at the time of recording. If the lines are different, do your own research. But with that being said, we're going to go off of what we have here in Florida, which we're limited with at the time of recording. With that being said, so I'm going to let you tell me, what's your pick for the next game?
All right, so the next game we got that we both agreed to bet on was San Jose State at USC. I like San Jose State plus 38.5. The USC's got a new defensive coordinator. Their old one actually went to his alma mater right here.
Okay.
Penn State.
Penis State, we call them.
Well, that's what you call them. I don't call them that.
There's a lot of kids that call them that.
Look, kids.
When Joe
Kids
Paterno
are
was
done.
there.
Our kids are done. But San Jose State can still play some offense. I know they've surprised some people out in the Mountain West there with how they've done. I don't think USC's got the firepower to beat them by 38.5. That's a huge spread. So I like plus 38.5, and it does go along with the bet that you liked as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, so what you're saying goes with me. Believe it or not, I actually don't necessarily agree with some of the things you said, although your bet makes sense with my bet. And I think USC is going to be really good this year. I'm worried about USC for folks. Either that or Lincoln is gone too, by the way. But
He might be on the hot seat.
I think he will be if they're not, and I think they could be. They had a very good recruiting class, very good transfer class. With that being said, San Jose State, you said full firepower too. My bet, with that being said, is under 59.5, which is what the line was when we had it. I don't think if it's gone down a couple points, I'm still cool with it.
Yeah.
You see this game and you immediately think over. You mentioned San Jose State has offensive firepower. We immediately think USC. We're not thinking defense, right?
Right.
However, USC has gone under this number, 59.5, so under 60, in 7 of their last 10. San Jose State in 6 of their last 10. And then add to that, it's week 0.
Exactly.
First time these guys have played a game actually tackling like this in a year.
Yeah, I
right?
agree.
And there's stats to go with it. Historically, week 0 and week 1, if you combine the two of them, 60% of the time hit under whatever the number might be. Their teams are getting their feet under them.
Yeah, and so I agree to that point too. When I say San Jose has firepower, so they can at least move the ball. You have a new defensive coordinator.
Fair enough.
Week 0. San Jose State can move the ball to keep it out of USC's hand long enough to, let's say, not blow the doors off the first half.
14-38 maybe.
Well, even let's say
That's still a blowout USC. USC still looks really good, but we're under.
Exactly. Let's say they beat them 41-7.
Yeah.
We both win.
That's not giving San Jose State any firepower.
100%. But with that being the case, guess what? We would both still win our bets, and it would still be a blowout.
And I could see 14-38, like I just said as well.
Right. So I mean,
no.
Yeah.
So USC is going to win. USC's favored by too many. So we found different ways to bet this game, and that's the bottom line. And so when a game goes under 60, it leans towards plus a giant underdog,
Absolutely.
which is the point Tommy was making when he said that we go hand in hand here because we're not on the same thing. I don't know if USC wins 50-0. There's a chance, but 50-0, I'm still under, and that's where I go at. So, to me, it's just I would lean towards the plus. If you're going to make me pick a side, I'm taking San Jose State.
Yeah.
And that's because I believe it's going to go under. If it goes under, you're more than likely not going to beat somebody by, what is it?
38.5.
by 39 points.
Yeah, and just so we're clear, I also agree. I think this is a good bet too. The under is a great bet.
And again, maybe you will notice a theme as we go. I don't love what's happening here. I hope that's not actually happening. Sorry if it is. Maybe you'll notice a theme as we go. Maybe not a theme, but I have another one or two where I just love unders on week 0, week 1. And you should look into that. Look for places where you can find an under. Look for whether teams are not oiled offensively.
And sneak peek, week 1 unders on NFL. Beautiful.
Same thing. Same deal. It's
Beautiful.
just offenses have to get their wheels on, their feet under them. All right, so I'm going to start with the next game. I think we both have a pick here too as well. Can't wait to watch all these. Speaking of which, we're going to be watching all these or at least I know for part of them we're all going to be watching together. But we have a fantasy draft together. We're renting a house. Some of that stuff's going to be broadcast out to all y'all.
100%.
So look for that. We'll also be watching football, barbecuing, and doing all
we'll
that.
We'll probably film some of it and throw it out there.
100%. Yeah, 100%. We're going to at least put some of that draft out there and then maybe some of the shenanigans during football. So, next game. I'm going to go first. We got NC State versus Virginia.
Yep.
Plus 7.5. I'm taking NC State. I think that number has gone down dramatically.
Again, this is one of the ones in the last, I believe, 3 days has gone down to 3.5. So again, people absolutely hammering the underdog.
And I understand why. Here's where I'm at. I would have taken them to win.
Yeah.
So I'll take 3.5. Give me 3.5. I'm not going to put I'm going to sprinkle them to win
for sure
on my Hard Rock account.
Yeah. For
the record, for our show, because I'm going to be watching these, and like I said, I'm pretty proud of how good we've done so far on these things. I'm going to take NC State plus 3.5. NC State has won 3 out of the last 4 times in Virginia. This is a team that plays each other every year.
Yep.
And 3 out of the last 4 times they played in Virginia on the road, NC State has won outright. Fuck 3.5, right? They've covered 7.5 in the last 4. Now I'd have to relook to see what 3.5 is for that. But they've won 3 in a row in Virginia. They won last year in Virginia. They have a better recruiting class incoming.
Yep.
I literally wrote on here, I would take them money line, which I already said just by nature because we have to drop the number. I would take them money line 100%. I don't give a fuck. 7.5, 3.5. Give me NC State plus whatever points I can get.
I like it. I went similar to the last one. I ended up going the under on this one.
I'd probably take that too.
So originally it was when we looked at it, it was at 53.5. It's down to 51.5. Still love it. Still love hammering the under on it. You got 2 teams that like running the ball.
Yep.
2 teams that focus on defense, offensive line play. They're going to try and run the ball. And again, like we said before, it's that week 0, so you're getting those new players, in that motion. I mean, I think it's a perfect spot for an under. I could see a 24-14 kind of deal. One of those kind of games.
Might even be worse. Yeah.
Could be worse, but...
not fun to watch, which is why you have to bet on it to make it good.
Yeah.
I'm 100% with you. I probably, I didn't write it here. Listening to you and just knowing what type of game I think we're in for here.
Yep.
Virginia in general. And then the fact that I think NC State's going to actually control the game. I might put together a little... Maybe just NC State money line plus under parlay. Get you some good juice.
Yeah, maybe go money line and then just kind of bump up the...
parlay a little bit.
The under.
Yeah. I don't mind the 51.5 just like you. I could see this game being maybe 40 total points. So
that's what I'm saying. I could easily see it being that. They're going to want to run the ball. It's going to be in the trenches. That's just how both those teams play. And both were successful doing it, so...
I can see 23-13.
Yeah, 100%. I can see
North Carolina State, by the way. I'm sticking to that. I think they win. That's why I said cover whatever number.
Yeah, and like I said, I still like that bet too. A lot of these bets I think we agree on. A lot of them we both pick something different, but we probably agree on a good bit of them.
And one thing I want to be clear on, week 0 is the toughest week, obviously,
100%.
of any week to bet. We know as little or as much as Vegas. You got to look at these things like returning starters that I've been mentioning. You got to look at recruiting classes because you can look at we've been giving you. I've been giving you a lot of out of the last 10.
Yeah.
That's a different team.
100%. I also obviously the returning starters, the transfer classes, all that super important into that. I also like looking at especially if we have the same coaches there. what kind of systems they're running, because
I was
they're going
about
to
to
run the
say.
same kind of systems.
I'm so glad you said it, because I think in more than any sport in the world, maybe sport's not the right word, but like level of sport in the world,
Yeah.
college coaches matter.
100%, because
Basketball, football, I think that they
Yeah.
make a bigger difference than any sport.
Yeah, because the scheme really is going to matter. That's why you see these upsets, because these teams have these schemes to win out against if they have a bigger O-line. How are they going to coach against that? And that factors into a lot of these lines and factors into how we bet them, for sure.
100%. All right, so, and we're going to talk a little bit more about schemes and coaches with my last pick for sure. And these are not in any particular order anymore. The only one that I'm going to put above the rest is TCU by 9.5 or whatever and a half you can get it at the time that you can get it at. I'm going to go next. So, my next pick, I've been talking about unders. It's week 0, it's week 1, it's whatever it is, and those unders are hitting. There's one group of teams I think that they don't give a fuck what week it is.
Nope.
If these teams play, they're hitting over. And the number's low enough.
It's a
I
low
couldn't
number.
believe how low
Yeah.
it was for these two teams. It's not a low, it's not 30s, but it's low for these teams. And that's Wake Forest versus Akron. The number's 48.5. I'm going over at least 49 points in this game.
I love it. Obviously, got Power 5 versus
Yeah,
the MAC.
I said we don't talk about much. We talked about a couple, and this is one that he and I already agreed on.
Power 5 versus MAC, so you already have the chance for a blowout. Wake Forest has proven they can move the ball and they can score some points. But there's also stats to back it here, at least from last season going in. I believe both of them have the same coaches going into it, so they're both playing the same schemes. And there's stats to back it up if you want to.
Yeah, which our stats will be presented by a stat company in the next fantasy show. But like, I don't want to, again, shout out to All American Energy for this show. With that being said, the stats for this one is again last year's teams, but they're not. These two teams actually had a lot of returning starters when I look compared to 2 or 3 we had on some of these other teams. It's nothing like that. Akron had 6 out of the last 10 go over 49 points. Wake, 7 out of the last 10 went over 49 points. And that's the number for this game. If this team hits over, and I think it's what you just said. What we're dealing with here is ACC isn't a huge step over.
No.
But it's enough of a step. Wake Forest is not the same as Akron. Wake Forest is a lot
100%,
better.
yeah.
They're going to dominate them. There's a chance Wake Forest puts up 50 by themselves.
Yeah, and then again, when you have these kind of matchups too, and Akron's hit a lot of overs, you have the garbage time too,
Yep.
right? So that second half when Wake Forest is pulling starters, if they're
48
up,
nothing. Well, then all of a
guess
sudden
what?
Akron gets 2
Yeah.
touchdowns and we hit.
and then doesn't matter, you
Yep.
know. So
100%. One of those two things is going to happen. Either Wake Forest hits this by themselves or Akron hits this for us in garbage time.
And ultimately, me personally, I don't necessarily like a lot of these first week zero matchups too, because it's usually
to tell.
powerhouse versus D2.
You need your
shit
cupcakes. You
team.
gotta start with breakfast. Yeah.
But they're
yeah.
they're so hard to bet because you have that where is the team going to just pull all starters and just do nothing, go vanilla? In this case, at least, we have Wake Forest isn't a big ACC team. They at least want to go out there and prove
But they
themselves
can
a little
score.
bit.
Yeah.
They can score, and Akron has proven at least last year with the same coach and the same scheme that they can also score.
Yep.
So I like this one.
Like
for
points,
sure.
and this number's not crazy.
No.
I'm 100% with you. Do you like anything else in this game, or that's it?
I think that's it because I don't remember what the line was.
You got any other games after this game?
I only got one other one.
All right.
That we don't necessarily agree on. UNLV Memphis. I like over originally 57.5. It's down to 56.5. I like the over on that. Dan Mullen offense obviously loves to put up points. Both of them have fast-paced spread offense. I don't think either of them are particularly good on defense. I like this to be a high-scoring game. Even though it's week 0, I think they're both going to kind of go out there full throttle and try and quickly score.
I'm assuming you're saying I don't agree just because I said that thing about week 0 and week 1. I just took it over. There's some games that can go over. Tommy Unders here. So first off, I'm a big Dan Mullen guy. I think the Florida Gators... Other side. Florida Gators is reversed. The Florida Gators should never got rid of him. That's a whole opinion I have.
Oh, yeah,
I like John Summerall, so please God, John Summerall. But with that being said, I didn't like Billy Napier, and I wished we had Dan Mullen for a lot of that. So I was already high on UNLV. I was taking them to just cover spreads a lot in the beginning, and they did. And then Tommy put me on just take them for the over because Dan Mullen got that offense, and 100%. I think I hit. I hit so many of those the second half of the season. So Tommy Unders put me on UNLV overs a long time ago. They don't have a ton of returning starters, but they still got Dan Mullen. And Dan Mullen, I mean, bro, you almost made Kyle Trask a Heisman winner.
He can work quarterbacks like no other.
He's legit great.
You know, if you go way back, he's almost one of the godfathers of that spread option kind of offense. He likes to run it fast. He likes to put up points.
Almost won Kyle Trask the Heisman. I don't think there's anything else you have to say. Kyle Trash is what I called him.
Yeah. So, I mean, 56.5 is high.
55.5.
You know, I still like it. I wouldn't put it at the top of my betting list, but I still like the over on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to throw it in a parlay. Maybe buy it down a little bit and throw it in a parlay.
And Memphis can play offense too. So, I mean...
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
And it's a tough game to bet otherwise. So if you want to... And I think it's going to be a good game to watch. So if you want to watch it and have some juice on it, if there's a way I'm going to do it, I'm going with Tommy Unders and going over, which sounds redundant or the opposite.
And maybe look at the UNLV line. I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
Too much.
Maybe glance at it.
It was too much. It was 30 or some shit like that.
That's too much, yeah.
Maybe I'm crazy, but it was a lot.
I don't remember what it was, but yeah.
All right, so then I'll go next. And I've got 2 left. That was your last play.
That was the last one.
All right, well then I'll just ask your opinion on my last 2 here.
Yeah. Although, one of these I like a lot.
Next one is close to home to us.
Yeah.
We can get to one of these colleges in 45 minutes and the other one in an hour and 15.
Yeah.
So, but we can't attend one. I guess we can. They have to keep some sort of numbers.
Well, it's at UCF.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying we couldn't go to college at Bethune-Cookman.
No, we can't. No.
Well, like I said, they have to keep some sort of numbers up. They can't say no to everybody, but they probably have their quota of white guys now. With that being said, maybe you figured it out. We're talking UCF Bethune-Cookman, and I'm going. This sounds crazy, especially with UCF. You think overs. But I'm a week 0 under guy. Yeah. I'm going under 57.5. I think UCF is going to control this game. I think that's obvious. Yeah. I think they're favored by like 40.
Something like that, yeah.
Maybe more than 40. That's too many. I don't want to lay 40, but I think UCF's going to win. So if UCF's going to win, I looked at UCF has been under 57.5 8 out of the last 10 games they played.
It's true, and...
Tell me about Scott Frost, because that's
so Scott Frost is back there. I mean, even though he runs the spread, Scott Frost loves to run the ball. He wants to run the ball. He wants to run that power spread where he spreads everybody out and then runs the ball. Ultimately, they're going to get a big lead, and he's going to just run the ball. He's going to pull starters, run the ball. I can see him just trying to pound the ball after they get a big lead, and ultimately that's going to lead to an under. I don't see Bethune-Cookman scoring that much in general. I think last year they had a point where they couldn't even field enough players for one of these kind of games. So, again, if they win this game...
It's hard to get offensive linemen when you don't let white guys
I'm just saying, if you put...
They were down too many tight ends, you know?
If you put it in perspective, right? UCF can win this game 56-0, and you'd still win this bet.
Right.
So,
and I can see that.
I can
see UCF being up 40 after 3 quarters. And then what happens, as we've talked before, maybe Bethune-Cookman gets a tutty or 2 and trash time, but UCF at that point is playing their 3rd string and probably not getting any more tutties. So either way you look at it, UCF wins 56-0 or UCF wins 48-10.
Yeah.
No, that'd be too many.
No.
48-7.
There we go.
But you get the point. Bethune-Cookman goes over these numbers a lot, but Bethune-Cookman plays FAMU a lot.
I mean, yeah. Great bands, terrible football.
They're not going to win this game. They're not going to be close in this game. 40 whatever points that UCF is favored by is too many because there's just not. It's just, again, we've talked about it a lot. It's week 0. UCF's not going to be their tip-top shape offensively, and then on top of that, once they get up 40,
they're going to pull off and just run the ball.
So I love the under here.
Yeah, I agree. I love this pick. Good pick.
Probably, and again, we haven't done these in any certain order except we started with our favorite, which is TCU. minus whatever the fuck. If you have to get them by minus 2 touchdowns, I think
Probably
we're
would
good.
still be okay. Yeah.
But let's take the 10 for now. This is also probably my second favorite pick. But
I also love this pick.
I also like San Jose State USC under if we're going to go in some orders. But I've got one more. I know you said you're done. So tell me what you think about this one. Georgia Tech is playing Colorado in Georgia Tech. So in Atlanta, I got Georgia Tech minus a touchdown is what I last looked at, minus 6.5.
Yeah, that's what the latest line was, and man, I love it. I don't know how I missed this one when I was doing stuff. Probably because the app is dumb, and I hate how I have to search.
Well, there's so many games. You have to look through a lot of bullshit to get to this one. This one's towards the bottom.
But you turned me on to this one, and I'd probably put it up there with that TCU one. I think this is a great pick.
Fair.
Georgia Tech is 100% 7 points better than Colorado. I believe in Brent Key's offense. They lose Haynes King, but you still got that Brent Key system where he's going to pound the ball. I don't think Colorado has anybody who can stop that.
No, and then they played last year, so teams are as close as they can be. You know, we're not comparing two college teams for 10 years ago. Last year, and it was in Colorado. This year, it's in Atlanta, at Georgia Tech. In Colorado, guess how many they won by? They won by 7. So, I obviously love this pick as well. I think that
I don't think Colorado got any better, and I don't think Georgia Tech necessarily got that much worse, even without Haynes King, because of how Brent Key is an offensive line guy. So he's coaching up that offensive line, that running game. I just don't think Colorado has the horses to stop it.
no, and you know, Dion gets a lot of hate, a lot of love. But with that being said, you know, Tech has 7 returning starters. Dion's got 2.
Yeah.
And his transfer class, you know, I remember his first year at Colorado, he had like the number 1.
Yeah.
Everybody's in on the game. He ain't up there no more.
Well, even then, though, how well did they do with that?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Georgia Tech was legit almost a playoff team last year. They almost
100%
beat Georgia the last 2 years.
yeah, I mean, they took him to what, 8, 9 overtimes?
Was that last year?
Yeah, I think it was last year, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I like Georgia Tech a lot. I think this number is almost insulting because Colorado is not on their level.
No.
And this is at home, week 1.
Yeah, and I think they,
Georgia Tech's going to dominate them.
And just, of course, this isn't necessarily stat back. I think they're going to want to prove a point that they can win without Haynes King, too. Obviously, a lot of people put a lot of stuff on Haynes King. He was a Heisman finalist for good reason.
Yeah.
I think they're going to want
Look good in preseason, too.
Yeah.
Won a game.
He sure did. Running the ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
Great play. But they're going to want to prove that,
That's fun.
we can still win without him. And
We
I
were
think they do.
recording. We didn't actually see that. But
No.
you guys did. If you could see
No,
under
we
our
watched the
clip.
highlights, though, so that
See at the
counts.
TV, you can see that. But, well, you said it already, man. Haynes King, but Brent Key.
100%.
I believe in Brent Key. I believe in Georgia Tech. I think they're a very, very good team that's returning more than 3 times the amount of starters as Colorado. I think they'll be just fine.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't even give a fuck who the quarterback is. Honestly, let's be real. Haynes King ran a lot. Quarterback hasn't mattered there in a long time.
No, I mean, you got to be able to run the ball, though.
As long as they can run.
100%.
So I assume that whoever they got can run. I don't even know who it is. I was trying to look it up while you were
honestly
talking.
don't know.
But it doesn't matter to me. To me, these are 2 teams headed in different directions.
100%.
Right? And so Georgia Tech's been better than they've been in a long time. Colorado,
It's not.
it's not that they've been worse than they've been, because they've always been bad.
The problem is they got way too much
They're
hype.
just not good.
And they're just not there.
They're not good.
No, they're not.
So, I'm with you. So, all right, let's try to put them in order. I know we're done here. We agreed TCU minus 9.5 is the only pick without talking to each other. We both agreed on it. It was at 7.5. We agreed on it. We both talked to each other here while you guys watched, and we're cool with 9.5.
Absolutely.
So that's our number 1. To me, if I'm going to nominate, basically I have 4 picks I really, 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 really like. Both my unders and then Georgia Tech minus 6.5. A reminder for my unders: San Jose State versus USC under 59.5, and then UCF Bethune-Cookman under 57.5. I took two games where you expect a lot of offense, and they put a very big, juicy, fat number there, and I took the under because of week 0 and just that shit.
I probably like the TCU pick. I like actually the Georgia Tech picks next.
All right.
And then I probably go
it could be one of yours, too.
NC State, Virginia under, and then
don't hate it.
Probably a tie between San Jose State under and plus 38.5.
So there you go. So we got our favorites. What we'll probably do, I'm not going to lie to you, the reason me and Tommy like to sit there and do what we just did is we're going to put together a little parlay, I'm sure.
Yeah. Just the behind the scenes, what we do is we research on our own. We then text each other our list, and then we usually make a parlay or bet big on the ones we agree on.
If we're against each other, then I erase it. Yeah. If we're together, I put a little star next to it, and that's some shit. Yeah. That's the good parlay. That's the big money.
Yeah.
And then the stuff that we're on our own, if I feel real juicy about it, I might throw in there. If I don't, then But with that being said, I feel real juicy about the things I said.
Yeah.
I love the two, and the things that Tommy said. The only thing that scares me is the San Jose State plus. But other than that, I love everything Tommy said as well. I love his under on, I'm sorry, that's my under. What else did you throw in there? I can't remember. But there's something else that you said I liked.
All right. I don't remember which one it was. Was it the NC State Virginia under?
Yes. That's what I meant to say. I love that game under. I love NC State to win that game. But I also love that game to stay under. It makes a lot of sense.
Actually, I might put that to third. Might be my third. After Georgia Tech, probably the NC State Virginia under.
Yeah.
Unless I already said that. I don't remember. I've had a few beers, so I
me same, man. But you guys heard it. We like all of our picks. There's a lot of games to choose from. These are the games where we think there's money to be made.
Absolutely. There's a lot of other games on. Hey, if you want to comment some games that you see on week 0 that you like, throw them in there.
Talk me into it. I will throw it in my parlay.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'll put money down on it. Whatever. It made me watch a game. I don't care.
So tell us, or if you're against us and tell us why we're fucking stupid and you hate our picks, let us know either way in the comments. Like, follow, subscribe, whatever it's called on whatever social media you're happening to see this on, because I'm going to post it everywhere.
Do it all.
And stay tuned to our socials. Shotgun Sports has got fantasy draft coming next.
Yep.
We still got a couple divisions left to break down. I'm going to finish my mock draft series. And weekly, you can catch us, Degenerates.
Yes.
Giving you guys a guide on how to bet that weekend. I think that's it.
Let's do it. Let's watch some football.
Yeah, man. We're going to go catch whatever FBS games that are left.
Let's do it.